to Culture here on I-24 News. I'm Oded Grober. Thank you for joining me. Today on our program, we'll take a look at the Contact Point event at the Israel Museum. We'll hear about the Brazilian music and dance of forro, and lament the end of Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy's relationship. We begin with Contact Point 2015, a unique event at the Israel Museum that will take place tonight. Our guests will take part in it, and it's also our cultural recommendation for today. So let's first take a look and come back and meet our guests.
Contact Point 2015 is one of the high points of the Israel Museum's anniversary celebrations. To mark the occasion, throughout the night a diversity of activities will take place, such as performances of live music, DJs, the traditional earphone party, theater, dance, and performance art. The entrance fee includes access to all the exhibitions and performances in the museum compound, turning each audience member into a potential participant in the action. A highly recommended event to cool down from the heat wave. Perfect for night owls that love art and music.
With me in the studio are Eran Hadass with his project Listening to the Enemy, and Shaul Cohen, who will be printing Nimrod. We'll see what that means. Hello to you both. Let's begin with you, Eran. Tell us a little bit about your project.
The project is called Listening to the Enemy, and it's a collaboration with Lior Zalmanson. What we did is build an audio guide to the museum, or at least the archaeological department, and the explanations given in that audio guide are supplied by people who cannot access the museum or Israel. What we did is pay people using crowdsourcing websites to explain about images we gave them, images we took from the museum artifacts, and they described the artifacts, and we took them without their consent or even knowing, and that's the project.
It sounds very interesting. Where did you get the idea?
Well, Lior is researching crowdsourcing among his other research topics, and I'm a poet and artist that I'm trying to focus on the internet and social creation, creation that is not just individual, but
Well, this is certainly one such creation. Now, who are these people? What do you mean when you're saying people who can't access the museum?
Right. So basically, it means people from Muslim or Islamic countries. We tried, when we started the project, we tried to use a crowdsourcing website called Amazon Mechanical Turk,
right.
But we got no response from such people. So we found a website called Microworkers, and in that website you can access people from specific countries. So the countries we accessed were Pakistan, Bangladesh, Morocco, Egypt, Indonesia, Malaysia, and so on. And other people from Arab countries, for instance, could have identified as members of those countries and answer us, but we were looking for descriptions in Arabic or other.
Did they know that they were taking part in something that will be presented in Israel?
They did not know anything about us. We said, this is a project, we're paying you $1.50 for a 1-minute recording, and it's a project about art and history. You should do this and that's all.
And the text were theirs, or it's their interpretation? It's.
We asked them to describe what they see, what it's.
And what did you get?
We got a lot of stories. There are a lot of. We kind of filtered out the dry stories and left with all the juicy stuff. But there are a lot of very simple stories about life in normal society or agricultural society, like
Right.
a man tells a story about his goat and things like that. But there are also sex stories, complaints against ISIS, and a lot of other things. And I think that when you hear the multiplicity of voices, you get the whole picture.
And what do you hope that audiences will take from this experience?
Well, we gave the project to them to interpret by themselves, but I think that the most important thing is to listen to people that Israelis normally don't listen to. And I think we can also hope that people think a bit of what is the structure of the internet, who is using who, and so on.
Very interesting indeed. Thank you, Eran. Let's move now to Shaul. Describe the project that you're going to be presenting.
Well, first of all, the project was to scan the statue Nimrod by Yitzhak Danziger, and we used a 3D scanner that we own. It's a unique technology. We came to the museum with the scanner. We scanned the statue, and then when we had the file, we've been asked to print it, to 3D print it. First of all, we tried the normal version, the original version, just to print it as smooth as we can.
Yep.
And then we tried to do our own thing on the statue. We tried a lot of new trends, like low polygons on the statue.
Like the green one that we're
Yes.
seeing, right?
Yes.
Well,
Like
kind
the
of a
green one.
cruder version of it, a more
Exactly.
computerized version.
Yes, and we tried Voronoi, and we tried different resolutions.
Materials as
yes,
well?
different materials. The materials that you see here is it's a friendly plastic. It's called PLA, made out
I
of.
can see it's
Yeah,
friendly.
yeah, yeah. It's made out of cornstarch, and that's basically what we did the first thing.
Now, this takes a work of art, an existing work of art, and kind of elaborates on it. Kind of takes it to a different place. I understand that the work was selected by the museum. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the statue Nimrod is one of the biggest icons in the Israeli museum, even in the Israeli art, and a lot of new versions has been done before, like portraits or pictures, images, a lot of things. This is the first time we 3D printed it.
Yeah. How does it feel to hand out, and you'll be handing them out, we should say,
Yes.
these models?
Yes.
Now, it's a one-of-a-kind statue, really, but now people are going to be going to come to the event and maybe go home with a little version for themselves. How does it feel?
I think it's an amazing feeling. You know, it's a one-of-a-kind statue. You can get it. You can. If you'll be lucky to get one.
To get one,
yeah.
Not everyone, we should say.
Yeah.
We couldn't get ours, but we're still working on it. 3D printing, it's a new technology still, even though it's pretty well established. And it's being used in pretty much any field we can imagine, and art is one of them. Some artists are using it to do things that they weren't able to do before. Is it replacing older technologies, older ways of doing things, or is it really coming as an addition?
It's also replacing, and sometimes it's just another media of art. I'm an industrial designer, so I use 3D printing on a daily basis. I print my model, my sketches, and I do it for a living.
Yeah.
But as an art, I think it's a new media. You can do anything with it.
Anyone can really take it anywhere. Well, it seems like you guys are going to have a very interesting night. Shaul, Eran, thanks so much for coming in and telling us about it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Now, salsa, samba, lambada, as we all know Brazilians love to dance. A lesser-known genre is the forro. It is both a musical genre and dance, which is synonymous with popular festivals. Forro has crossed oceans and landed in Tel Aviv. David Gombin and Ran Schneck went out to bring us the beat.
A whole segment of Brazilian culture taking place in Israel. More than a musical genre, forro is a way of enjoying life.
Yeah, it's very crazy because forro it's happening very, very nice here. Many people to learn dance, many people dance together. It's a culture from Brazil. It's happening here.
It's a dance of the people, of the simple people that just want to enjoy the end of the day.
Originally from the northeast region of Brazil, an orchestra playing forro is characterized by percussion, the zabomba, triangle, and especially the accordion. It is in the heart of Jaffa's Ajami where these four friends find themselves. Daniel left Brazil and moved to Israel 8 years ago. For a seasoned musician like him, playing forro not only brings memories from home, it is also something innate.
For me, who plays the cavaquinho and the violin, playing the triangle, it's just very entertaining. I feel free playing this rhythm, singing. I do it without thinking, it just flows.
His friends are all Israelis who absorbed the Brazilian culture during extensive travels in that country. Noah Peled is an Israeli singer who fell in love with music from Brazil. The artist also does not hesitate to translate Brazilian songs into Hebrew. For her, singing forro in Tel Aviv is bringing the Brazilian happiness to Israelis.
The community in Israel is still very small. We therefore want to invite the Brazilian community to feel their home, and also to invite Israelis who don't know this music genre at all to come and learn about it.
Forro for all is just one of the many explanations given to justify this name of this popular style.
One night, there was a party in a U.S. military base. I do not remember in which Brazilian state, but it was on one of the U.S. bases, and they wanted to invite everyone on the poster, so they wrote for all. All are invited, and gradually for all turned into forro.
Dancing forro for the first time is not easy, but this does not discourage the curious beginners.
It's still a bit difficult when you don't know all the dance steps. I think I have to continue learning.
I like that a lot. I'm sweaty because of all the dancing. They sing a lot and they sing great. I'm super happy.
Touching melodies, rhythm, and a lot of good humor. Forro has begun to conquer hearts in the Middle East, and the beat won't stop.
And now, one of the most beloved, most powerful, most colorful couples in showbiz have announced the end of their relationship. Their love story has had its ups and downs with bouts of rage fueled by jealousy and euphoric makeups. Shachar Peled reports.
As if the breakups of Hollywood's Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner or music power couple Gwen Stefani and Gavin Rossdale weren't enough, now comes the greatest split of all.
Kermit! What a pleasant surprise to see you and whoever you are.
Yes, Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog are calling it quits. After being married for over 3 decades, at least according to the missus, the pop culture duo have announced in a joint statement that it's over. We will be seeing other people, pigs and frogs, confirmed Miss Piggy on her Twitter. The suspicious end to this great romance has prompted speculation that it is nothing more than a publicity stunt on behalf of ABC as it prepares to launch a new Muppet show this fall.
ABC wants to put on an all-new primetime series starring the Muppets.
God bless America and its magnificent broadcasting company.
Fortunately, those heartbroken by the historic split will be relieved to learn Kermit and Piggy will still be working together. The new series, a sort of more ironic meta-take produced in the style of The Office, but loyal to its origins, is aimed at being exactly the same and completely different, according to executive producer Bill Prady. And since Kermit is expected to produce Piggy's upcoming late-night talk show, tensions are sure to flare up. When asked in a recent panel whether there was any hope of a reconciliation with Miss Piggy, Kermit said, "I don't know. People change, so do frogs and pigs. Chances are slim, though, as he already has a new girlfriend, a pig named Denise."
What can I say, Gonzo? I'm attracted to pigs.
Still, the die-hard fans might still find hope at the end of the tunnel. The world can now nail-bitingly follow the former lovers' relationship to see how it unfolds. Will their new fame keep them apart in the great tradition of frog meets pig, pig loses frog, or whether, this ultimately being a Hollywood romance, there will be a happy ending after all?
Such is life. That's it from us for this edition of Culture. We'll be back tomorrow with our weekend edition. You'll be sure to join us. And next week, we'll have a whole new show for you. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.